Welcome back to another video. Oh gosh, I am so happy to be feeling better than I was feeling yesterday. Yesterday at this time, I was sitting on the bathroom floor, literally hoping that I would throw up so that I could just move past the morning nausea. All right, bump date, almost 32 weeks. Now that we're really getting up there, the weeks seem to be flying by, and I think it's also because I'm thinking of all the things that we want to do house-wise before she arrives. But at the same time, I am just so ready for her to be here and to meet her. There's a balance between me being like, oh my gosh, we have so much to do before she's born, and then also I'm so excited for her to be born. I just filmed a couple clips of showing you guys my new closet that Joe built me and a couple bedroom updates, so I'll play those right now. Finally started setting up our bedroom. We put our bed together, put a headboard on, which this is our first time actually having a headboard and I love it. Shelves here, and I have my little pregnancy books there because we realized that we wouldn't have a lot of space for side tables in this room because we have a bassinet, which it's so crazy that this is already set up. I'll talk more about baby gear and brands we went with and all that when I do a nursery video, but that's gonna be our bedside bassinet and it's on wheels. So most of the time it'll actually be on my side, which is over here. But for now, we're keeping it on Joe's side so that I can access my dresser. There's my pregnancy pillow. We still needed to get cute bedding and all that, but for now, here's the closet update. If you watched my last video, you saw Joe starting to work on it. So I have my sweaters down here. This is like a very customized closet down to, you know, the length of my sweaters and how high he hung this. And then I'll have tops up here. And then I have dresses and overalls over here, and they fit perfectly over my laundry basket. I'm not gonna keep this lamp here, but for now we still don't have lights in any of the rooms, so we're just using lamps. As you can tell, we haven't started painting the kitchen yet, but that's going to be happening somewhat soon. We decided that we wanted to fully finish painting our bedroom first so that we could move our bed in and actually start sleeping in our bedroom. And now I can start thinking about more of the decor side of that room. And then next on our list is painting the nursery, which I actually think we're starting this evening when Joe gets home from work. We picked the cutest color at a paint store yesterday and I'm so excited. And then Joe is gonna add some carpentry touches to the room, which we're still sort of figuring out. And then we will finally move on to the kitchen. This whole house process has definitely taught me patience because in order to do the fun things, you have to do the sort of non-fun things first. And we really had to start from square one. I mean, this house had turquoise floors, turquoise carpet in the entire house. And then the walls were a textured, you know, like a classic old house texture, kind of like popcorn ceilings but for walls. And so Joe has done so much work just to get to this point of having, you know, the floors that we want and smooth white walls. But I think since we do sort of have this time frame of wanting to get the big projects done before our baby comes, it feels like there's this like time pressure. But if she makes it to full term, we actually still have, let's see, I'm about to hit 32 weeks. So we still have about 7 to 8 weeks. So I've actually started watching YouTube videos about what people are packing in their hospital bags. I really, you know me, I'm very minimal and sort of just, I kind of want to say type B when it comes to that sort of thing. Like, as long as I'm being educated and responsible and bringing the correct things for me and our baby, I really don't feel the need to bring, you know, the fluffy slippers and a fluffy bathrobe and all that stuff. So as long as I have the essentials, I'll be good. I've actually already had a pretty productive morning. I packaged up all the Depop that I need to send out today, which is right here. So I will be heading to a post office to send all that out. And I think I decided that we're gonna head to a coffee shop today to get computer and phone work done because I thought that would be fun instead of just sitting at home at this table people working. It's a beautiful day out. I cannot believe it's already late May. So if you commented some ideas for our fireplace back there that's half demolished, thank you. I looked up some of your guys' tile recommendations and I feel like you just know, you know my vibe. I'm actually gonna go to 2 post offices. I'm gonna do 1 post office, then coffee shop, and then the 2nd post office. Maybe it's just the people pleaser in me. But sometimes when I have a lot of Depop packages, I feel bad doing it all at once at 1 post office, and because it takes a while for them to scan each one, and I don't want the employee to get stressed, and I don't want the people behind me in line to get annoyed. So I just split it up into 2 trips, which I don't mind at all. I actually love the post office. Currently on chapter 19 of this very cheesy book. I love a good cheesy audiobook while I'm driving.
If I call you, then I'm crazy. If I call you, if I call you, ain't gonna answer. If I was ever just call you, see my problem is I want to know who I am. But all that matters is that I know who the hell I am. I picture you.
The warm weather in the air is making me crave a nice fruit smoothie, but a protein fruit smoothie. We still don't have a fridge in our house yet. It's gonna go right there. We have a little garage fridge freezer situation outside, so run back and forth to bring our food in. Organic blueberries, organic cherries. These are so good. You only need a few of those. Next, I'm gonna do some raw almond butter. I get this one from Trader Joe's, and I also make my own almond milk with this sometimes. I'll make a recipe video probably about that soon because it's so easy. And then I have a fresh jar of my favorite collagen. I literally just finished one yesterday. I go through these pretty fast because I make something with collagen pretty much every day, whether it's my collagen chocolate milk or a smoothie, or sometimes I even bake with collagen. My go-to is the brand Needed, which you've probably heard me talk about before. If I'm doing a smoothie, I just do 1 scoop. Needed products have become a huge part of my day and my life. I'll show you the other ones I use. So this is the sleep and relaxation support, which you'll probably see me use this evening. And then I also use their hydration packets. But back to the collagen. What I personally look for in a collagen, 100% grass-fed collagen. Our bodies naturally produce collagen, but starting in our 20s, it starts to become less and less. So I like to personally supplement with bovine collagen to help support hair, skin, nails, joints, and even pelvic floor. But I will say I don't only take it for the health benefits. I also love the consistency that it brings to recipes. So to like the chocolate milks that I make, the smoothies, it makes it more frothy and just like full bodied. I've noticed also it makes whatever I make more substantial. So if I make a chocolate milk or I make a smoothie, it makes me stay fuller longer. So anyways, huge fan of collagen, specifically Needed collagen. Safe for pregnancy, postpartum, breastfeeding, but also great even if you aren't any of those things. This is just an extra side note. I noticed as I was browsing their website most recently that they also have a supplement if you're trying to conceive or plan on trying to conceive soon to boost your nutrients, which I am a big believer in that, just making sure that before you enter that time, you are your healthiest, most nutrified self, both you and your partner. Some water and blend this up.
You can click on the link in my description box or use code WHOLEHANNAH at checkout for 20% off your first order.
All right, so next on my agenda is to get some seedlings started because we're actually going to be putting in a bunch of really cool garden beds back here. What's up, girls? They just ate their peas and got their water all dirty. I'm gonna get some seedlings started so that when we do set up the garden beds, we have some little sprouts. And then of course we'll have to probably buy some more fruit and veggie sprouts, whatever is gonna be in season. I think it'll be perfect timing to have a garden going in a couple months because that's when I'll be freshly postpartum, and obviously I'll be home a lot during that time. And as I've mentioned before, sometimes I have a little bit of a hard time sitting still, but obviously with a newborn, it's something that I'm gonna really have to get used to. But having a garden outside just in my backyard that I can walk over to while I'm carrying my baby, water the plants. I have a feeling like this summer is gonna be a hot one, so having an outdoor activity to do with a newborn, just steps outside my house, I think is gonna be crucial. Plus my whole family, my mom, my dad, and my brother are all gonna be staying with us around the time that she's born. My whole family is actually really into gardening and cooking. Everything that I'm into, my whole family is into, which is pretty cool. I think they're gonna stay with us for probably about a month, and I think it's gonna be a really fun month of gardening all together, barbecuing, cooking, and taking care of our newborn. I am doing marigold and Mexican sunflowers. Hey, girls, come on. It's a couple hours later, it's charging back at home, but I am on my way to the Toyota dealership to meet Joe. He's meeting me there straight after work. I've been avoiding thinking about this topic because it makes me sad, but I need to sell this van pretty darn soon and get a car with more than 2 seats, because this car only has 2 seats and Joe's truck also only has 2 seats. So our cars are only 2-seaters, and we obviously need more of a family car with a baby on the way, right? If she came right now, we wouldn't have a way to drive home from the hospital. Obviously we would figure it out, but as part of preparing for this baby, we need to sell my van. Always bought our cars in the past on Facebook Marketplace, or like this van I bought from a friend. So we've always just gotten our cars secondhand. This is our first time. We're not buying a car. We are looking into a lease. Leases are usually 2 to 3 years. It's less of like a huge commitment. You pay it off monthly. So I feel like I need to go back to my roots as a Toyota girly. It feels right because we're gonna be driving a baby around. So we'll see what we find. Girls, what are you doing? All right, let's go wake up the duckies. We were so tired when we got home from the car dealership yesterday. I think what we decided on is a pickup truck, which I'm excited about because I drove a pickup truck in college and I really, really liked it. And this one will have a double cab for a car seat and all that. So I made the girls these temporary nesting boxes. And I say temporary because once we build out their official duck coop, I think we'll try to do wooden nesting boxes. And they love these nesting pads so much. They're actually meant for chickens, but they come in a square. And within 1 day, they create them into the shape of a bird's nest and they lay all their eggs in it, which I just find so cute that they all lay their eggs in the same spot. They just take turns laying their eggs in here. It's so cute. There we are. All right, topping up the duckies' breakfast for the day. They still have quite a bit left over from last night, so I'm gonna top it up. I need to work fast though because they're being so noisy and I don't want the neighbors to get mad. Girls, quiet. Okay. Some herbs, probiotics. My parents' house for Mother's Day this past weekend, I stocked up on one of my favorite gluten-free sourdoughs from Errands. I don't even know the brand. Young Cobra's gluten-free sourdough seeded buckwheat. Next weekend is my baby shower. We're having it down closer to my hometown. And that is going to be my last time ever being in my childhood home because a few days after my baby shower, my parents are officially moving out. My mom needs to finish up her school year because she's an elementary school teacher. So they're gonna live with my grandma for a little bit, but then after that my parents are moving to Canada, which I am so happy for them. Don't get me wrong, it is their dream to just escape up to Canada and live a very simple outdoorsy life, so I can't blame them. They've lived in that house in Southern California since the year that I was born. I was born in 1997 and the house was built in 1997, so my family has lived there my entire life, 28 years. We're saying goodbye next weekend, which is so sad. That house truly is home to me. Like whenever I say I'm going home or I'm driving home, yes, Joe and I own a home now and this will become home in my head. It'll just take time, but my parents' house truly is home to me because it's just ingrained in my head from childhood. But truly over the years, as I've gotten older, it sounds cheesy, but I have realized that home is not the physical structure. It's truly who is in the home and it's the people you love that make a place home. So anyways, I didn't end up doing my post office trip number 2 yesterday. I'm gonna do that this morning, but I'm gonna see if there's any other sales that I need to package up before then. Okay, looks like there's just one. The ducks are being so loud this morning. I'm wearing this big overall onesie. It's from Free People Movement. I've always seen people wear these and I never fully understood them. I don't know, because, but I must say, while pregnant, this is the real deal. Speaking of Free People, the Depop item that I'm packaging up right now is this long sleeve by Free People Beach. Love it. It's such a pretty green color. Sending it off to its new home. Heading out to the post office to send out Depop and check if I have any packages. I'm just gonna walk there. So I'm gonna put in my audiobook and I will take you along. Good morning, squirrel. She's such a little baby. I bought this plant when the ducks turned 1 year old as sort of like their present. It was so pretty. It was covered with pink flowers when we lived at the beach cottage. I definitely neglected it in the beginning and middle of my pregnancy because I just did not feel good enough to do any gardening or anything. So I just repotted it in a slightly larger pot. Honestly, I think I could go even bigger. Joe just got home from work and I'm just straightening up the house a bit. It's Friday evening, and although Joe pretty much works on the renovation all weekend, I'm still just really excited to wake up and have coffee with him and spend some more time together. Just transparently, although our life feels very abundant and joyful and like a lot of happy good things are happening, it's also kind of an overwhelming time. I mean, if you have been pregnant or you are pregnant, pregnancy does bring up a lot of different mental emotions, not just hormonally, but you know, different anxieties. I think that goes for any giant life adjustment, and then the move on top of this, while also living in, you know, a half finished house, and then also balancing both of our jobs and not really getting to spend much time together or even just like sit down and talk about our plan for our baby coming and all that stuff. So we've been trying to be more intentional about allocating times in the evening, usually right after dinner before we get too tired and go to bed. Intentional time in the evening to catch up with each other, maybe read a couple chapters in one of our pregnancy books, or talk about, you know, our next baby appointment.
It's a different
Mahogany?
Yeah, it's a type of mahogany, I think.
I realized that I haven't really shown this room at all. It is our guest room. We definitely wanted to have a guest bed, but we also didn't want it to look specifically only like a bed when there's no guests here. So we went with this trundle, but the bottom pulls out so it sleeps two people really comfortably. And when we don't have guests, we set it up as more of a day bed, which I'm about to do because I just washed all the sheets and stuff. And it looks really pretty. We're gonna get some fun art for up there. We haven't built it out yet at all, but this is what Joe has been using as a closet, just that old dresser from our last place. But he's gonna do a similar closet build out as mine. Guest room, half lounge room, half mud room. We also want to get some shelves and maybe some storage and little coat hooks. So that door right there connects out to our garage. So it's kind of like an in-between entrance room as well, which gave me the idea of a mud room sort of situation. We'll see how it comes together. What? Yeah.
She sent me like huge long things about it.
Oh, that's so sweet. Did she? Joe, can I vlog you a little bit?
Sure. Got ready to come in and Mango's sitting on my ladder.
So this is the nursery and we officially chose our paint colors. We're doing 2 walls, a creamy white color, and then 2 walls. Do you want to explain the color that we chose?
Innocence.
It's called Innocence, which we find really cute, but explain what it is.
Well, I call it a pink, but I think you call it like a mauve, is it? Mauve?
Mauve. Maybe you don't say mauve in New Zealand. How are you feeling about everything right now?
Good. I'm worried, not worried. It's going to be tricky to do the corners where the 2 paints mix because it'll be very obvious if like a dribble goes on the wrong color. That stuff stresses me out.
What about life in general? How are you feeling?
Oh, I feel good now that we set up our bedroom, you know, and I feel good that like you have somewhere, like you have a comfortable space, and then the bathroom's there, and the bathroom's not like it's obviously we haven't done anything to it, but it's fully functional. So now I feel more relaxed that the house is more comfortable for us to live in. But overall, I feel good. I mean, it's a tight time frame, but you can only do one thing at a time, one win at a time, one battle at a time.
Yep. That's so true.
The painting's fun.
Legends never die, it's a hell of a ride. Light it up, light it up. Light it up, light it up. Say my name in lights. Legends never die, it's a hell of a ride.
posted a version of this nourishing rice that's chicken sausage and kale, and that turned out really well too. You know me and my nourishing rice, can't get enough of it. So it's definitely a staple of ours. I think it'll be really good too when we have a toddler too. I just started this vlog yesterday, but I feel like I have a lot of good filming to edit, so I'll probably get to that this weekend or Monday.
I realized that I didn't officially sign out of this YouTube video, so thank you so much for being here, and I will see you very soon.